Now it feels a bit loud in the headphones.
All right, everybody, and welcome to Camp Talk Live's podcast, the podcast version of the Facebook Live show. This episode, we are going to be talking about trailer repair and customization with our new friend Ben Nagel from Nagel Trailer Repair and Customization. How you doing, bud?
Good. How are you?
And as always, we're joined with executive producer. That kid almost fell over. Executive producer Andy Smith, and his son, Ben's son, JR, is also joining us. How you doing, JR?
Hello.
There you go. So let's get right into the nuts and bolts, Ben. How did this whole thing start for you?
Well, it's kind of a family business. My grandfather, he built campers. They were called Duro mobile homes. I think that was back when there was a lot of campers being built all over in Michigan. A lot of, like the retro campers in the 60s and 70s. But then I grew up in my dad's shop working on trailers, and we've progressed from there.
So you are also a mobile RV repair.
Yes.
So what are your typical RV repairs that a mobile guy does?
Well, I've found that there's a lot of, usually awnings. A lot of awnings.
After a storm or something?
Yes.
Yeah. What else? What other type of...
Refrigerators.
Toilets?
Furnaces. A lot of furnaces.
Yeah.
They all have a little circuit board in them, and they seem to go out, and you have to put a new one in. So a lot of them, and roof leaks. But that's not really a mobile repair, but sometimes people have me come out just to take a look at their roof.
How hard is it to find a leaky roof?
Well,
if you know the area it's coming from, obviously you investigate that area of the trailer.
Some sort of signs of where it was leaking, even on the outside on top of the roof.
Right. Okay. And then, how much is your average service call?
Well, usually when I go within 100 miles, I start out at $150.
Okay.
So not too bad, but...
No, not at all. Especially if you're spending a week, camping, and you want to get it fixed, and your camper's out of warranty.
Yes.
Let's make that perfectly clear. This is an out of warranty repair.
Yes.
That's why we're calling you, because it's easier for you to possibly diagnose something even over the phone.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many people say, "Hey, my fridge quit working." All right, did you turn it off? Did you turn the power on and off and reset everything and turn it back on? No, I didn't do that. Try that first.
Right.
You just saved him $150, and now, hey, you know what? This guy's good. And obviously, being a mobile repair, you're word of mouth. That's your bond.
Yeah.
So you're not out there taking advantage of people, and that's what's important. That's what made me want to bring on a mobile repair guy, is because that's exactly what it is a word of mouth business. And everything I've seen from your reviews are all good, so that's why we started this friendship.
I try.
our friendship and everything like that.
I'm sure one day I'll have bad reviews.
Well, you can't make everybody happy. Right. It's the same thing with the dealerships. These people, they take their trailers in, and okay, say they bring their trailer to Nagel Trailer Repair, and you say, okay, it's going to be a refrigerator part 3 to 6 weeks before I can get the part. But by all means, take your camper with you and enjoy it. It's summertime. Use an ice chest. There's a thing called an ice chest. You can, or a cooler. Slappy always says ice chest. So you can still use that and do whatever you want to do to keep your stuff cold. So you still get use of your camper. Obviously, if it's AC, that's a little bit different. I mean, you can still use it. Bring some fans, but your camper's out of warranty, so that's why they're coming to you too. So
mostly. In the summertime, I do have a lot of AC repairs, but usually I replace the whole unit.
They're throwaways these days. There's not much you can repair on them. I mean, if it's a Freon leak and it's leaking, the system's shot.
Right.
There are ways to repair it. You can put lines in them and recharge them and get them going, but
the fact they're all self-contained.
Right.
They're almost like a small mini fridge.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Right. And obviously, when it comes to messing with anything with the roof, you want somebody who can replace the roof, who knows what they're doing. 2, is going to put that air conditioning unit back in properly so it doesn't leak. So
absolutely.
You do, let's see here.
And sometimes that's where the leak comes from too, is the air conditioner. That you have sometimes the seals will dry out on them and need to be replaced.
Right. How often should you be up there checking that?
Well, I would think that every spring you should wash your roof with some sort of detergent or something just to keep it maintained.
Does that help keep everything from drying and cracking?
Yes.
And rather than
because
just
all the debris and dirt and stuff, that takes material.
Right.
And what kind of detergent would that be?
I normally use Dawn.
So
Dawn-
just standard dish soap.
Dawn, it removes the grease,
Dirt.
Dirt. It doesn't leave any harmful. I mean, for God's sake, they clean ducts with it
Yeah.
from oil spills. So Dawn is also one of the big things. So you do a lot of work on older trailers.
Yes.
That's part is your customization. It's a lot of restoration. If you go to Ben Nagel or Nagel Repair on Facebook, and you can find your trailer repair there. You've got pictures
Nagel
of some
trailer repair.
Yep, Nagel Trailer Repair on Facebook. You'll see, and we'll tag it in the podcast post on Facebook and everything. You can see some of the customization work you're doing on there, correct?
Yes. We're working on a 1969 Dreamer right now.
Nice,
in the
complete
shop.
rebuild, right?
Yes.
Yep, gutted it and put it right back together.
Yeah, it's coming out nice.
Nice, that's good. The customizations that you do, when you do them, is a question I wanted to ask.
Okay.
So you're taking something and making it modern, first of all. Does it increase the weight of the trailer, or are you using the same products that it would have been before, the same type of cabinets, wood, or are you using sturdier, stronger stuff?
Well, most of the stuff I'm using probably the same that they would have used when the camper was built.
Okay.
So not too much different, extra heavy or anything like that.
So that doesn't affect. Now, when you're rebuilding these trailers, can you make them stronger?
Oh yeah. You almost have to. When you take it all apart, it's a 1969, so it's going to have a little bit of wear in the framework.
So we just talked about roof washing, and other than Dawn, it's probably the best detergent to use.
Well, the dealerships, they sell a lot of different
Specialty soaps and
type
detergents.
soaps or-
Everybody sells something specialty.
Yeah.
Hey, check out this
I'm sure
detergent.
some of them are good.
Doesn't work as good as Dawn. So,
Well, they're not as inexpensive.
Yeah.
okay, so it's springtime.
Sometimes it makes you feel better if you pay more for it.
So it's springtime, Ben. I'm pulling my trailer out of the beautiful can. Have you seen how I store my trailer?
No, I haven't.
No? We took some old 10 by 20 car garages, modified to the length, used the leftover poles to increase the height of the unit, and then married the two. We sewed the two roofs on and created one big enclosed, basically canopy or garage port, RV port, and that's how we do. I don't want that snow on my roof every year.
No.
I don't want the snow and ice sitting on there. I don't want it pooling. I don't want it puddling. I don't want any of that stuff.
Just the weight.
Yeah, I don't want that weight. Taking advantage of the life expectancy of the trailer. So that's why I'm doing this. Eventually, I'm going to put a custom framed something or other back there, but we'll see what happens with this trailer until I upgrade it. I don't want to go spend $2,500 on a custom one, and then next year I got a 34-foot trailer now.
Right.
So I'm pulling the trailer out. What are some of the things as an RV guy or an RV repair guy do you suggest you do in the spring right off the bat?
Well, I guess flush out all your RV antifreeze. I like to give it a good wash all the roof, and just check everything out. Just look at everything, I guess. A lot of it's just, looking everything over.
Simple maintenance, check all your...
Yeah, wheel bearings, your tires.
How often should you repack the wheel bearings?
Well,
So I did about 18 hours of travel with that trailer last year. We did over 2,000 miles, I think.
I guess if your trailer's not overloaded, I wouldn't think that maybe every once a year. check them, have them just checked out.
Checked out.
Yeah, make sure that
Repack them every what, 2.5?
Yeah, maybe.
Whatever. If you're a maintenance guy and you can do it.
Right. So if I take a wheel bearing apart and it looks like it needs grease or looks like it's had water in it, I'm gonna flush it all out and repack it.
Okay.
I mean, but if I take it apart and the grease looks good and nothing looks wrong with the bearings, it doesn't look like anything's been in there like water or anything like that, then they're good.
Okay. A lot of parts are easy to get on Amazon these days.
Yes.
Is that probably the best place for you to get your parts as well?
I would say sometimes. I mean, there is some local dealerships that I go to and find parts. Some of them still have some retro parts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's good to find them.
In their back stock room somewhere. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You never know what they've got hiding.
Sometimes it's good just to look at stuff. I mean, I like Amazon, and you can buy stuff awfully cheap on there.
Let's talk about slides. How comfortable are you with maintaining those? You got any real good experience with those? I mean, obviously, it's as a mobile repair, that's one of the things you're going to come out and do is somebody slides pop, they can't get it in.
Well, we've had some issues with the hydraulic slide rams, and I have found a guy that can completely rebuild them, so you don't have to buy a brand new one because it's going to be more than twice or maybe triple the price. They have bad seals in them, and they tighten down on the actual chrome rod that moves in and out, and they won't go back in.
So they don't start leaking. They just pinch down on the the shaft.
Hydraulic ram, yeah.
Now, what about
Shaft.
the cable-driven ones?
Yeah.
So, as an example, I'm looking at mine when it's in, and I see sag. Is there supposed to be sag or no?
I don't think so, but obviously no, but they must tell people that they can have a little bit of sag, because I've been having customers call me actually and asking me about that.
Right.
And they're telling me that the dealerships are telling them that it can have the slack in it.
I'm pretty sure there's a
know.
product rep for my brand here today, so I'll ask him when I see him.
That'd be good, because I'd like to know.
Right. All right, let's dive into your customization aspect of the business, because that seems to be your bread and butter. You do a lot of retro stuff. Any older trailer you can take, gut, and basically rebuild.
Yeah, if somebody has one and they want that done to theirs, they bring them to me, and then I take them all apart.
Can you redo floor plans while you're doing that? I mean,
yeah.
as far as
most of the ones that I have been doing, they lay out their floor plan how they want it before I start.
Okay, how much is your average customization?
Well, close to 10,000 with the camper.
Yeah. And how long does that take?
Usually about a month or so.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, not too bad.
I was expecting 2 or 3 months, depending on the extensive of the build, right?
Yes, exactly. And that's for like a 15-footer, 15-foot trailer.
Right. So, well, I didn't think that'd go that quick.
There's a lot of pictures on the Facebook page.
Yeah,
for the
Nagel Repair. Yeah, go over there.
It shows all the different things that I do and that we do in the shop.
Why you and not a dealership?
I guess maybe more convenience. A lot of the dealerships are backed up usually, especially in the spring. I know when I had my motor home and I used to call for service, I mean, it was sometimes a month or 2 months
Right.
before they would even be able to get you an appointment to come.
Now, you're a camper yourself, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's your trailer?
Well, actually, I'm in between trailers. I had a motor home, but I sold it.
Oh, so good thing you're here at the Marvet Camper Show.
I'm actually trying to get enough time where I can do one of my own retro campers and have that for my
Oh, is that what you want to do now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I bet it sounds like it would be an amazing thing to especially do your own.
Well, you have to have one you can show off.
Right, yeah.
So for example, my trailer was purchased used. I've had some simple cosmetic problems. If I wanted to solidify, obviously I got 2 young kids, so the ultralights are obviously made with a lighter weight material these days. Balsa wood or just small 1x1s and stuff like that. Come out and make those more stable, and it's not a planned service call. What would a job like that, and just a simple?
Well, you mean for tightening up your structure?
Well, like I say, your structure. So for example, it's my benches attached to the wall. I'm scared to screw into the wall.
Yeah.
So
that would be something I could do on site.
How easy is that to do yourself, though? I mean, you're almost 2.5 hours away from me. You're located in mid-Michigan, up in Midland, which is great because it makes for great area to branch out for people who need service. But you have no problem telling somebody.
Mount Pleasant, Midland, and Saginaw.
Right. Yeah, you're
the same distance.
You're close to all of those. Yeah, and then obviously you get a little further north. You're still 2 hours away from, Grayling.
Yeah.
Or not even 2 hours from Midland. It's like an hour.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half. So it's not that bad. You talked about your average service call. You don't go further than 2 hours usually?
Well, I have. I mean,
if it's an emergency,
yeah.
I mean, that's the
if I'm available, I would. Yeah.
Mobile aspect of the repairs. Yeah. So, boy, oh boy,
I really haven't been getting a lot of mobile calls.
No,
sometimes, but
those are dropping.
Yeah, most of the stuff I'm working in the shop.
Simple maintenance stuff. People bring them to you, say, "Hey, I need this."
No, mostly larger structural, rotting. Just they're
so bad roof. So you've got a bad roof, and now you're
not maintaining their trailer, and keeping an upkeep, and then looking on the roof and checking stuff out.
Oh, it's amazing how people that permanently park their campers, and especially under trees, those roofs
you get
become
comfortable just going in and out every day, and you don't realize that you need to check the roof.
Yeah, every month you should be up there checking, washing, looking at the roof. I mean, it's like
a tree branch could fly off and just.
Oh yeah, I've sent my son up there. I push him up onto the slide up and tell him to walk the roof and say, hey, how does it look? Any big sticks? There's a loud thud up there.
That's a good idea. You give them that cell phone and they can just video.
That's even better idea. Yeah. So
if you don't have a ladder.
So you said for a 15-foot trailer, you're saying about around $10,000 now, and that's a complete rebuild. You're talking cabinets, plumbing, electrical, aluminum. You do any ultralight type stuff or?
Well, the aluminum on the outside, just like it was when it was new, but brand new.
So the old stick and tin styles, mostly all you do?
Mostly for rebuilding. I can do it however you want it, but...
Well, if I wanted it fiberglass?
Yeah.
You have that capability?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Tell me some of the coolest customization jobs that you've done.
Well, the one that I'm working on right now is pretty interesting. Just because it's... a newer version of like a retro camper because it's 90 inches wide, but it's but it's only 12 foot long.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't look very big.
It's got a lot of space inside to where a lot of the ones that were retro in the 60s and early 70s, they were still only 7 foot wide.
Do you do Airstream redos too? You done a lot of the?
I haven't, no.
But you could?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you find a lot of those older models that they've just...
Yeah, they have a lot of problems with the frames in the Airstreams.
Why is that?
The older ones, I don't know, but they rust out.
Oh, really?
I know. I've seen on the internet where they lift them right up off the frame and redo the frame and set them back down on it. So that's a good way to repair.
There's a good question that just popped into my head. So you've got your average travel trailer, and it's basically a corrugated cardboard plastic type cover on the bottom, super light. Can you undercoat that, or would you?
It's like you mean the
underbelly
plastic?
Yeah, it's like it almost looks like plastic.
Like woven.
Yeah, it looks corrugated.
No, that's not. You don't want to put any sealant on that.
No. Because most of your pipes,
cardboard. Some of them have like a corrugated plastic cardboard stuff.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's
to cover the plumbing, and the
It's
wiring.
like a black vinyl mesh that they have on the underneath.
Yeah, no, mine is.
That's made to breathe too.
Is it?
Most of them are, they're made to breathe a little bit, so the air gets up in there and circulates a little bit, so your floor doesn't rot if there's a little bit of moisture or something on your floor.
Okay. It's getting pretty busy here this
There's
weekend.
a lot of people. I've walked around the whole show, and it's pretty exciting.
You see anything that you liked?
Well, yeah, a lot of everything.
So what can I afford next?
Yeah.
So slide maintenance.
Yes, I would. Just greasing your slides and just watching out for stuff. Things that are going to go wrong.
I don't see grease on my slides anywhere. That's
some of
weird.
them have a track that help move the slide out in and out. Rollers to keep it aligned back and forth. That's what the newer ones have, the cables, and that's how they are supposed to be keeping them aligned.
Yeah, that's probably where the lube needs to be, because the floor actually just slides out.
Yeah.
And then that's how that's done. So obviously maintaining those cables, I'll take a look at how those are maintained. That's something I want to know about my own personal trailer. And just self-education is really what helps make your trailer last.
Yeah, there's lots of things on the internet. You can read about just tons of things to read about for maintenance and different things.
Excellent. Oh. What is some of the simplest repairs people can do at home without taking it to the dealer or?
Really, just washing their trailer. That's something that really helps not to deteriorate the outside of your camper, is to just keep it washed, the roof and everything.
Yeah.
As far as preventative maintenance.
Yeah, I would say for all your seals on the outside and everything, just keeping it washed.
What about the toilets and stuff?
Yeah, keeping them rinsed out.
Keeping that black tank, because it seemed like with my older Jayco that I used to use, used to be my in-laws trailer, those things had a problem of damming up inside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'd think it would be empty. I'd pop it off, clean it out. It was all done. And I'd forget to close the black water tank, and I'd drive off, and then poof, crap dam right under the ground. Oh, I was so embarrassed. I've said this story.
On too many of them.
I said that in an interview before, and or during a Facebook Live last year, and it was, thank God it was pouring rain when it happened, because the only thing you can do at that point is just go. You pulled away and that shit dam broke, and boom, it just poured out more water. I couldn't believe it. It was like more water, and it was just it was everything. It seemed like it was everything sitting on behind it, and then it came out. So at least it was easier to clean when I got home that day. But once again, PSA, remember, close that black water tank when you roll away from the dump station. Leave your gray water open and close that black water. But that was an embarrassing mistake there. So what are some of the most common things people do wrong that you end up having to fix?
I noticed a lot of people that bring their campers. Some of them they don't know how to properly set up their tow bar kit.
Okay, so their weight distribution.
Yeah, I noticed that they don't put it on tight enough. Most companies, you lock your hitch and raise your vehicle up level. Then you put your stabilizer bars in there, and so then they're tight. And then when you take the pressure back off, then it kind of floats and that equalizes your pressure. But I noticed that nobody seems to know how to hook those up when they bring their campers.
I've had problems with mine. It's as in depth as I'm getting with my RV life here. The show started with just basic camping experience, and as I grow, I become more, I don't want to say an expert, but more knowledgeable on what your vehicle can tow, what the weight distribution is. Andy and I have had a lot of discussions on it. We just had a podcast about weight distribution and your vehicle's towing capacity, and most of the time people don't install them right if they do it themselves. Sometimes even the dealers, they're just in a rush to get the trailer out. They don't do the proper level, set it, then put it together, then they just slap it on there, put it on your truck. And
one of the problems is you need to set them up with the trailer
on level ground.
Well, on level ground and loaded like you're going to go camping, not set up with an empty trailer.
Well, I guess the dealerships are installing them for the customers. They should properly show them how to use it before they leave.
Right.
They
show you how to use the refrigerator and your black water tanks, your grays, your propane, every other system in there. You're right. They should be showing you how to use your.
I see here that
hitches.
At the camping show here, they have seminars over there. That's pretty good for customers who don't know how to do things through their trailers.
Yeah, we were going to try and host one of those to talk about some of that stuff, but we'll just put it in podcast form. People can listen to it later. Yeah. That's the beauty of it. So
maybe we'll do a video about it.
Right. So we'll do some video. Yeah, we'll do a lot of it. We're going to do some videos this year. That's for sure. We've got some really good tech and gear this year. We got some really cool ways to do stuff.
That's good. You're doing that for the people around here.
But you know what? It's funny. There's when I first did my research, I just typed in camping shows. There wasn't much out there. You get into the podcast. There's a couple different RV podcasts out there. One of my favorites, RV Mile. I mean, other than Camp Talk Live, but RV Mile. It's a family, Jason and Abby. They've been doing it since 17. They started in a converted bus. You ever do buses?
I haven't, but
you could.
I have done a Freightliner truck.
Oh, there you go.
Converted that into a living quarters.
Right. So Jason and Abby, they went full time. They took their kids. They homeschool them. They travel the country.
I actually follow them also on Facebook.
Yeah, or on. Let's go ahead and shameless plug our traveling family on Instagram. They got them on RV Mile on Google Podcasts and Apple Podcast, I imagine. They're on Facebook, RV Mile. And, it's just a great show. Obviously, it's just a husband and wife with their kids. They talk about their experiences. They get a little bit more in-depth. It's them talking about their experiences. They create articles. They've got websites. They've got their stuff down pat. So, like stuff that we're talking about, we're not going to have in show notes. We don't have show notes.
Right.
But that's important. If there was something that I needed to have show notes, it would be in the description of the podcast or the Facebook link, because we don't have a website. So, because everything now is social media. You don't necessarily need to have a website.
Yeah, I noticed in one of the campers there earlier that they had an interactive RV manual app that you can just download right onto your phone.
Oh, nice.
And anything that you want to look up how to use that's in your camper, and it shows you right on the app.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's there's so much information out there, different avenues. So that's we're just another player in the game. We're going to bring it to you a little bit different. We're going to bring you interviews, information. We're also going to do experience. My wife and I are going to be doing a podcast about our up north trip and what we did in the UP. And we had a podcast earlier where we talked with a gentleman who took his family out west.
Yeah.
3 kids with a Suburban and a 34 foot?
30 foot. He said 34 overall.
34 overall. Yeah, it's a big trailer.
Yeah, when I was growing up, my family would all go to Florida in the wintertime in a motor home.
Oh wow.
It was fun, good memories.
Sounds like one of the kids found a way to play with the horn.
Yeah.
Beauty of live podcasts. So I think that's going to about do it for us here with Ben Nagel from Nagel Trailer Repair and Customization. If you want to find him on Facebook, you can find him under Nagel Trailer Repair on Facebook. If you want to become friends with Ben Nagel on Facebook. Do you have Instagram yet?
Yes, I do, for the Nagel Trailer Repair.
So if you want to see more pictures, go to Instagram and check out Nagel Trailer Repair on Instagram. You see all the pictures, all the custom work you do. If you want to get into that, that full-time RVing lifestyle like Jason and Abby, and you want your custom bus built, you don't want to do yourself, give Ben a call, man, because you get
I would appreciate it.
Yeah, you can get the trailer or get the bus for $2,500.
Yeah.
Now,
thanks for having me, Jeff. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Real quick on that before we cut you loose. engine work, stuff like that. Are you capable of any of that
Yeah,
stuff?
I can do some of that stuff.
So if it's got, if they want the complete bus broke down, painted, new tires, new brakes,
Yeah, I had a
engine rebuild.
call the other day about a motorhome, and they were interested in having the brakes done.
Okay, so yeah.
So that's no problem. Yeah.
Excellent. So, Ben, thanks again for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for
keep it
having
nice
me.
and
Thank
short,
you.
and let you get back to the show and check everything out. And we'll see you guys. Andy, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
JR, thanks for
Thank you. Nice
for
meeting you
coming
guys.
coming all the way
Yeah.
down here from to Novi from Midland, and we'll see everybody on the next pod. Have a
Thank
great
you.
weekend.